bans out Nautilus as their last ban in the draft. They're saying, okay, there's still a distinct possibility that Annie could be not in support. We want to cover those different possibilities here. Jax, the final ban for C9, expecting FlyQuest to probably go for this top lane pick first, I would think. Let's see what they want to lock in here.
Something along this lines that could move around the map, would make some sense. If it is just impact blind and he goes Ornn, I feel like you're pretty much fully locked in. Just you're going late, right? Like you're just praying to not lose. K'Sante is a little bit more active in the early stages, I think, compared to the Ornn, but still not what I would consider like an early game kind of dominant champion.
Right.
So it's just going to be interesting to think about like what kind of pairings.
With it, Fudge also going to drop the ward there. Keep an eye on those Krugs. They know that Blabber was just clearing his own. So since Blabber is clearing his own camps, that means that you can also expect your opponent in Spica to try to be doing the same thing. As M&S steps forward, looking for Vikla, but Spica's ready to gank. He lands the W2. He chases him through the flash there with a stun. Vikla wants to go in. Oh, Blabber's ready to cover his first blood over to C9.
Yeah, Blabber able to turn that one around. M&S
but I can keep hearing
barely
while I'm talking.
Able to get bailed out there in the last second. Blabber coming in, saving his mid laner, getting that kill. Getting really, really close there in those final moments.
All right, C9 and FlyQuest. It was a close skirmish there at the very start. This is sort of the jungling that we were talking about, Blabber being able to get involved, to take things over, but it was Spica who got here first.
Yeah, this was actually looking really, really dicey for M&S. Pushing a little bit too far forward there. Does get Q flashed on by Spica, but Vikla doesn't have any ability to actually gap close and get in on top of him. By the time he actually...
to come and play around me. FlyQuest, obviously, they don't want to give up anything for free. They contest.
No, Blabber immediately tanking the damage from Sejuani, but turning it around, and they kill off Ayla first. Berserker's keeping Prince away, and Spica is going to be chopped to pieces. M&S grabs the kill. C9 gets 4. Holy moly, it is nothing left for FlyQuest. They are being embarrassed on the Rift.
Look at the gold lead, 4.5K. The cash in there, 937 gold for Draven off of that fight. That is massive just from that passive gold, plus the kill gold he got for himself. So he's sitting on almost 3K now as he goes to base here on the Draven. So that is
got way too much damage. Prince wants in, but Berserker wants him out. He goes on a killing spree and takes out Vikla. Prince flashes back into the fountain, but it's all he can do. Finn and Berserker keep him zoned away, and Berserker nearly getting him, but it won't matter. It's 12-2. It's a C9 win.
In a game between two teams that entered tied for first, we just saw one of the most one-sided stomps of the split. Cloud9 in only 26 minutes destroy FlyQuest and are really sending a message here going into playoffs.
I didn't know what to expect going into this one, to be honest, but I wasn't expecting this. This was wild. Wow.
I'm waiting for that one time a player predicts his own team to lose. I don't think that's ever happened.
That's
Wait, who
never
wins the
happening.
finals? Is EG get the lower bracket reset on you guys and run it back?
Absolutely. Why did I put 6?
E6.
It happens
E6.
a lot.
Yeah.
Wow, I am. See,
We're not
I'm
grading
like
you on
losing my
that.
mind
We're
right
not
now.
grading you
My
on
brain is
percentages.
hurting so hard right now. Don't mind the handwriting.
69
My brain's very.
wins the finals.
69 wins the finals.
There it is.
GG.
Congratulations. That's a win.
Beautiful.
All right. Thanks a lot, Fudge. I appreciate that.
100% accuracy.
We will be keeping track of that. But for now, we're going to be heading right back to the casters. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Fudge.
Later, clowns. Yes, I can.
Death sentence from Huhi to get Stixay out of the W2 from Sejuani, but now he's got to walk away as well. Gory and Palafox both under 100 health, while Stixay keeps getting chased. He can't get one back, and CLG's got a 2-for-1 kill lead. Golden Guardians about to lose their support, and Palafox gets the money next.
Oh my god, what a spicy start here. CLG, though, able to fight their way back into it. Dokla was going to be completely out of this game, but now being able to actually get that XP and be gifted the kill. Because Poom was able to kind of just chase down 6A there and gift over that kill to Dokla. So Dokla is kind of right back into it. It's just a really interesting spot in the game, though, that we have to evaluate from.
Yeah.
Because there was no plays taken on bot side. There was no
damage all over everybody. So I'm with you, man. I want to see them focus bot lane. I want to see them help out Double Lift. Right now, they're going to steal away the enemy blue buff. Boogie will at least be able to collect the wolves and hit level 2 before 100 Thieves can move up and steal those. But you're going to see the immediate TP top from Tenacity be interrupted. Nicely done from Chime.
Yeah, I had vision on him. It's going to be pretty rough for Tenacity. He's going to have a long walk towards the top side of the map, but at least that goal that you were talking about, Broxa, is the reality. Like, they invaded bot side, so now it's going to be really difficult for Sejuani to A, get the experience that's required, but B, to be able to actually help out in any way, shape, or form. And also, a small thing that I wanted to put out there is the Renata Glaskin team fights. Like, how difficult is it going to be for TSM to engage when, if 100 Thieves have position and an objective, with a Renata ulti there, it's just going to make Rakan's life hard.
And, you know, they could potentially look at using it for, you know, sending Sion down to the bot lane.
Yeah.
With do a little swap, because Jinx and Renata desperately need space as well.
Yeah, and Turkoglu's coming volley.
Oh, he lands the meteor and Doublelift and Busio have to run, but Doublelift just gets shredded by Aurelion Soul. Maple's on the board, and TSM are feeling good. They are targeting Doublelift. It's what you were talking about, Broxy. You're saying Doublelift wants to help. He wants to be able to carry. Well, right now, TSM wants to put him in the dirt.
Yeah, boys, TSM is just on something today. That was insane. So even though the initial attempt to pick off Doublelift didn't work out, they still had a stacking cannon ring is going to happen. It's a 1k goal lead for TSM, so they feel really confident here. And they have positioning, so want to see how 100 Thieves can fight this.
They have positioning, but remember the Scuttle Crab is in the possession of 100 Thieves here. That is vision that cannot be removed. The extra speed buff might play a role here. Tenacity's going to step up and be the front line for 100, but it's Bjergsen who just gets caught. The falling star guarantees it, and Maple goes on a killing spree. TSM has killed the enemy mid laner, and with Bjergsen out of the picture, they feel confident to continue working towards the Drake. Solo's going to keep on frontlining as Tenacity tries to create some space for his team to move up and move in. TSM had to spend a few ultis there getting the kill onto Bjergsen, so now what can they do? They still want to... Who's going to make the first move here? Closer still has Cyclone. Bjergsen still has his ult. That is huge. Everybody on TSM, not named Solo, does not have an ulti to work with. Over the wall comes Boogie. Chime's ready to go too. Closer's getting locked up. He wants the damage on Turtle. He won't be able to find it. He doesn't get the reset. Turtle goes on a killing spree. And the Drake goes to TSM.
It is a little bit of a difficult situation with 500 Thieves in right now, because they just are never able to get the control around the Drake. They keep looking for the opportunities regardless, but it's just not working out for them. And I think at one point, if you don't have the control when you're behind, you need to do something else. You need to try to regain control on the other side, because now, because TSM is in a better condition, they're just going to immediately start.
Okay! Just sent it straight down the river. He teleported in, disrespecting 100 Thieves. But the Thieves were ready to respond instantly. Remember that Chime has no ulti. He tried to use it chasing after Bjergsen earlier, so they don't have the Rakan ult for a counterattack. TSM goes for the Baron. They get punished, and it's Solo who dies for it.
Yeah, still thinking about that last fight. TSM only really had Sky's Descent with how many...
Well, he might be in trouble yet again now. 100 Thieves in the enemy jungle looking for TSM. They take 2 of them low, but they aren't going to grab any kills just yet. They're still trying to stick around and contest the red, but it's Busio into the stopwatch trying to stay alive. Now, Doublelift just headshots Chime. 100 Thieves finally might have found a good fight. Solo's going to die next. Both kills on Doublelift. This is what the doctor ordered for 100 Thieves.
The pressure's at the highest it's been all season, and you can tell that its pressure is getting to TSM. Solo, you could even see him telling his team to calm down. That's also referring to himself, because yes, he got picked out, but Chime's last 3 engages have just been blunders. So the first one, of course, that was the Wukong clone. Second one we saw that was no one in the bush, and then that one now makes it so much easier for 100 Thieves to come back into the game.
Please tell me someone is going to try to stop Sejuani from jumping, because I'm getting anxious watching this.
50-50, but it ends up going the way of 100 Thieves. The damage over the wall from Aurelion Soul, not enough to pick up any kills, so it's Baron plus a kill on the side for 100 Thieves. They're back in the gold lead.
For a moment, I thought this was going to remind me of the solo queue game I played this morning, where we're like doing the Baron, enemy junglers on the other side of the wall, no one zones him away. He jumps in, wins the 50-50. The entire team types jungle cap and blames me. Like, I was getting some serious flashbacks right there. Luckily, Closer won the 50-50 though, because that was a really questionable Baron take, I'm not going to lie.
And just taking a look at this again, I just want to see Rakan's positioning because, yes, he did get chunked out much earlier, and he thought this was a perfect position with Lucio, lower than 50% HP, and this was the angle. But they immediately focus down on him, and time goes down just like that. Makes it that much easier for 100 Thieves.
And you can see TSM is very clearly cracking under the pressure here because they've been in the driving seat the entire game. But sometimes, especially when there's so many emotions, drama, stress involved, like these teams, you know, they have everything on the line right now and they know it. So it's just about taking the small victories and taking it slow. But sometimes, you know, you kind of get stuck in your own head and you just want to finish sooner, you know. You're going to get to playoffs already.
There it is, lost in the sauce. And it feels like just off that last look, Closer's starting to feel it, Flowers.
Closer is in the zone, and 100 Thieves are in the lead after TSM has controlled the game for the past 20 minutes. They continue defending on the side of TSM. They're trying to keep these tier 2s standing. They don't want to follow up, but the fight is chaotic. They're still looking for a little more damage, and Solo drops. Bjergsen's so close to dead, but the bailout might be able to bail him out after all. The stasis for Maple will not matter. 1,000 gold for Closer. 100 Thieves wins the fight.
A decisive fight and call by Closer takes the game by the reins. Like, the most important thing you think is, oh, Tenacity is down. You think they would lose. But if we look at that fight again, Wild Turtle can't hit. He's completely separated from the fight. Just as we rewind a little bit, to see how it all started.
And once again, TSM, they're over-eager. They're just going crazy. They're not thinking about the next step. You see it here on the minimap.
Were even fighting from a disadvantage, and now they got to be feeling good about their chances here in this game.
And that, Captain Flowers, is what we call a good death. The
Yes.
calculated death, the fake death, the one that sets up the team for success. That's what we need to see more of.
That's what they want to do more, and Solo just popped. That Kastante is not tanky enough to survive. Doublelift now has Kraken Slayer, Infinity Edge, Lord Dominic's regards. Tanks are no longer tanks to this Jinx. It is a problem for the front line of TSM, and it's a problem that's not going to remedy itself anytime soon. Baron spawning in less than a minute and a half, and 100 Thieves have total control over the Rift. This is such a change from 10 minutes ago, where the game felt entirely opposite.
Call from 100 there. Now you're in desperate situations if you are on TSM side. Dragon is up, but 100 Thieves is trying to force another fight. TSM is a little bit split here. That's what I'm concerned about.
Turtle could be in trouble. He's taken incredibly low, but he won't die yet. Tenacity gets him with the decimating smash as he dies. A 1-for-1 that 100 will take any day of the week. They kill off Aurelion Sol, and TSM has rumbled against 100 Thieves.
Would you call that a good death there, Broxa?
I would say so, yeah. That's a pretty decent death. If my Scion dies like this in solo queue, I would approve.
Yes, there we go.
Pretty happy. They get the Baron, they can get the Dragon. I'm like, Doublelift is an absolute monster. Is probably about to delete absolutely everyone in team fights. They're going to find a way to brute force it and make sure their carries can hit. And I think that's what it's going to come down to in this next fight, making sure that both Maple and Wild Turtle can actually hit, because otherwise they're about to get steamrolled.
Relia's being popped there. Really a punch, but a pick.
Look at that. Bjergsen caught out here. That seems to be the magic, the secret sauce for TSM. Find Bjergsen, blow him up, and then play from there. That's 45 seconds that he will not be on the Rift. TSM at least has a little breathing room. The Baron push stops for now.
Makes a lot of sense. Now I understand why the vision was placed as it was. The control ward that was hiding the 4 members of TSM. So they can make the decision if, hey, Bjergsen pushed a little too far. Got him, and now it stops the whole momentum and push that 100 Thieves had there.
It's actually pretty nice of Bjergsen. He probably, you know, saw the cam as well somehow. They can end this spring split on a high note.
Oh, the sweeper over the wall looking for Closer, but TSM just walks into a meat grinder. Doublelift is dominating, and Wild Turtle has been found out on the flank. Tenacity and Closer going up against Turtle, and they'll bring him down. That might just be it, TSM. They thought they had the angle. They thought they got the drop on him, but Doublelift said, hell no.
And all of a sudden, I think the Turtle is not so wild anymore. I would be pretty sad if I was in his position. We see it in this fight again. He's completely alone. He doesn't have any friends to play with. All of them just, you know, leave him on his own little island. What is he gonna do? It doesn't matter that he has 7 kills. When the entire enemy team runs you down and you're a squishy sire, oh, it's not a fun time.
Yeah, and that angle that Bjergsen had over the wall, they did not see him, attributed to that huge burst that we saw into TSM, just made it so hard for the front line to be able to just protect their carries. And now look at this position. It didn't seem like a free Baron.
Oh, Maple wanted to go over the wall because he thought he was just going to get to kill Tenacity. Super Mega Death Rocket misses, so Maple lives, but 100 Thieves take the Baron. There was no contest. They've got the Hex Soul. I feel like our game-winning push is not too far away, my friend.
But that's what we thought before as well. When they had Baron, they were about to pressure. Sure, they didn't have Soul then, but it was kind of a similar situation. But here, we see it once again. Boogie goes in confidently and Closer. Closer is able to buy so much time, and all of a sudden, TSM just go too fast. They have no vision. They don't know where Bjergsen is. They don't know anything. And it's just the easiest fight of 100 Thieves' lives. Look at Wild Turtle. The poor turtle here dying on his own little island.
Right. Now, they're focusing on the inhibitors. Mid has already fallen. Top has now fallen next. Chime trying to disengage. Barely any HP remaining. Solo ain't have much left either. As Maple and Solo try to disengage. The re-engage from Chime won't hit anybody. And 100 Thieves is steamrolling towards the enemy Nexus. Now they back up. They don't want to give away anything for free. Double Imp gets executed on the Singularity. He can't come back to life. Tenacity wants to use his dead body to try to pick up something else. But 100 Thieves can't end just yet.
That was huge, not just from Wild Turtle. He chunked them by quite a bit. But look at the size of the Singularity. That is doing so much damage at this stage of the game.
This dragon is something else at this point for sure. But again, props to Wild Turtle. He went big this fight. He walked up confidently, chunked all of them really low.
25% execute.
21.
That is-
21. It's 25
That's
to max health damage.
Yes.
20 per. It's nearly an Elder Drake all the time.
Yeah.
Absurd. Absolutely crazy. Let's keep an eye out for the Aurelian ult here. First of all, Tenacity goes in, buys a lot of time. Soon Closer will be able to follow. Renata ult comes in. It's so hard for TSM's carries to actually hit. But then the Aurelian ult explodes, buys a bit of time for them. Obviously moving as the GA, Bjergsen faces, TP's back in. The pressure is on for real right now. I actually thought for a moment 100 Thieves were going to be able to end here because they're in such a good position. But somehow, TSM managed to find a way. Keep an eye on Wild.
Double Up gets excited, and TSM's got to be careful. They've still got the damage from Aurelian. Tenacity backs away. Solo's still here on the front line. Maple's got to do all the work. He goes on a rampage. Now they're going to wait for the passive to go away from Tenacity. Double kill back over to Maple. Wants to find some more. Can't get it. Maple under pressure. 100 Thieves get it done. They take out 4. They only lose 2, and they're going to walk it into the base and an exposed Nexus.
There they are. They were going for double lift so much in 100 Thieves, just trying to protect him, and he stays alive.
Huge win for 100 Thieves over TSM. They're going to move up in the standings. They're still looking to keep this playoff hope alive.
And here, we saw really impressive individual play from both teams, but when it mattered, when it came to the team fights, the objectives, 100 Thieves were always one step ahead. It didn't matter if they had control or not. They just walked up as a unit, engaged together, kited back together, and ultimately, Double It was always able to hit, while Wild Turtle and Mabel, I don't think we saw a single fight where they could both actually play the game at the same time.
Yeah. From the TSM side, the focus has to be in that mid game, where they had tried to make engages on...
Welcome, everybody! I'm Kangas. I've beaten every Halo on Legendary. I have all 151 on Pokemon Yellow, and still I'm not the most impressive gamer on the desk because I'm joined by Azael for my first ever broadcast. Thanks for having me, Azael.
Of course, man. I'm happy to do it. It just seems to be that every time we have an NACL play-by-play coming up, I'm doing the debut cast. I did it with Rafa. I did it with Destrux. I'm doing it with you.
You got the gems collected.
Yeah, I'm collecting the play-by-plays.
Yeah, we'll get you one later. We'll get you one.
Yeah.
Of course, we do have Evil Geniuses versus Immortals coming up here for my first debut cast on the stage. I'm super excited to watch these teams because there's a couple that have come up from the Challengers League that I've been broadcasting. Balulu in particular, you see him on screen here, a very impressive mid laner, and I'm super excited to watch him
and gets the kill there. Really nicely done. Talk about how important it is for this lane.
Oh, now another one! Tactical surely gets this. Flashy is feeling it today. Do they give it to Tactical if he's got the Q off cooldown? Otherwise, Fleshy should have Dredge line to take this one. Guarantee it. Walks back. Fade away! Fleshy gets the kill. Oh! Look for the execute. FBI will get that one, but still a 2-for-1.
Yeah, that's still really good. Honestly, that last kill, though, not worth. You're giving a kill over to the Lucian. Wanted to try to stay in tower range.
Oh, Jojo walked down. Yeah, Tactical doesn't have flash, doesn't have heal. Jojo's got the Timber smacking him. Do they give it to FBI, though? Now Jojo with the thumbs up says, I'll take this kill credit. 2 on the board for EG.
Yeah,
we call that. the Turkish two-tap, you know, the Nautilus ult into 4 and the Galio taunt into 4, you know, we gotta start naming things here for Bolulu and Flesh.
Jojo didn't do a lot of damage in that one.
Oh, uh-oh. That's a 96 damage. Annie, I guess that's what happens when you're on Tibbers, and you just get engaged down at the beginning of the fight. Speaking of, Inspired looking for an engage right now. They kick Revenge in, but he is fine. He is tanky. He's got a big old Galio backing him up, so no play for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, pops the stone plate. He is chilling. That is a 3-item Cassante, who has looked really strong in this game. And after I was talking about not really liking this matchup, they're going to try to find Kemby now.
Double onslaught and teleport coming in from Immortals. They want this fight. Immortals playing upset here and making the playoff race very interesting. Where were you when Immortals upset Evil Geniuses? They're looking for the ace. Someday gets back to the fountain. Immortals might not even care about it. They can focus the Nexus, but they want that kill. Give it to them someday. It doesn't matter. Give them the win.
14-3, not even 28 minutes into the game. Immortals taking down EG. A huge upset to kick off the week here, and it's a second win now with Bolulu.
Yeah.
This team definitely feeling like they're getting in a groove here. You know, getting some comfort here on these picks. You know,
Give him a hug, Revenge. Give him the hug, yeah.
Oh, man. EG, of course, playing remote again today. But it's Immortals the story is about. The Cassante, you know, getting actually a really big CS advantage in the lane phase, having some really successful team fights, you know, separating people out in a number of different instances. You know, early on towards the dragon fight, he separates out Someday. They get an easy kill there, getting him a dragon. You know, after that big taunt from Bolulu.